those things, when someone's charming and emotionally expressive, the manipulation can get masked because you're like, oh, this person's so sweet, quote unquote. They express themselves so much. Yeah, but like I said before, they expressing themselves so much and it's of value.
You got to look at your own pattern, like how it ends and how it begins. In the beginning, I see red flags and I ignore them. Then the outcome is always a very explosive. You can't end cordially, somebody cheating or just being very abusive emotionally. That's how you recognize it's the same person. How many times has that happened?
Welcome to Her Side of the Story. This is the podcast where sister friends tell their side of the story about relationships, lifestyle challenges, and triumph. Here are your hosts, Ray and Ash.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Her Side of the Story. We are back for our second episode of this month, as promised.
Yes. Welcome back. We said we were dropping 2 episodes this month for the girls. So here we are. And this one's kind of like a part 2 of our last episode. So yeah, we're super excited about this one too. We're always excited to be back with y'all.
Agree. And we hope that you had a great Valentine's Day, Self-Love Day, whatever you were celebrating, Day of Love, Month of Love, Black History Month, all the things. So let's get into it. In our last episode, we talked about your answered season versus your waiting season. But one of the biggest challenges of waiting is knowing what you are actually waiting for. If you are in a waiting season, misidentifying a pattern as quote unquote potential can keep you waiting for the wrong things and for the wrong people. Today, we are talking about patterns. Before we dive in, let's get clear on what a pattern actually is. It isn't a one-off mistake or an isolated bad day. A pattern is a consistent, repetitive behavior over time. We often call it chemistry, we call it potential, or we call it confused. But usually it's just repetition. Sometimes the issue isn't timing, it's the data right in front of us. What if the signs were consistent and we just didn't want to accept them? Today, we are breaking down how to identify patterns early and protect your time. And I'm also going to say, and your peace.
Mm-hmm. And I'll add in your energy.
And your energy.
Yes. Okay. So we're going to get right into it. So, Ash, so when a woman says that she's feeling confused in a connection, what is usually happening beneath that?
I think when that happens, there's a breakdown of communication. Because confusion only comes when there are not clear communication, right? Mm-hmm. So like, even in, for example, today, I'm dealing with something, a tenant said one thing, I said another thing. The company saying another thing. And clearly it's the company who's was not giving clear communication to the tenant or myself, right? So that caused confusion, a lot of confusion, to the point that we have to have a call tomorrow at 12 p.m. about this issue. So I think a lot of times when a woman says she feels confused in connection, it's that the way the person's communicating to her, not even just verbally, sometimes physically, sometimes mentally, sometimes really emotionally a lot. Mm-hmm. It's just not clear. You have gaps of wonder, right? Yes. That, I think, is where the confusion comes from. It's there's no clarity in really what this person might be thinking, how they're feeling. You know, how sometimes we'll be like, okay, does this person really like me? Like, okay, mm-hmm. I'm gonna use another example. When I was single, I would play this game of like how you get the good morning text, right, and stuff. So you know how some people they would do that one day and then they don't do it. Let's say they do it for a week. And then the next week they don't do it.
I don't get that, but go ahead. Confusion, right?
Confusion. So then you're like, well, what's going on? Because, okay, you text me good morning. We've been speaking every morning. And then another week comes by. We don't speak in the morning at all. Mm-hmm. How is that not confusing me? And then it's like, Yes. And then it's like we go days without communication. You would find that so confusing because you say you like me, but your actions ain't acting as if you like me. So I
Mhm.
think that you have to have clarity and clear communication because that is how you avoid confusion and connection.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So you said clarity already, but what
Mhm.
does it actually look like in the first 30 days?
Overly communicating. I know this is going to sound like a broken record, but overly communicating because this person does not know you. You do not know this person, right? So overly communicating. For example, another example, when I was single, was supposed to go on a date. We had maybe booked this date like a week ago. The day of the date, I don't hear nothing from this man. Nothing. No good morning, no how are you. So I text him and I said, "Are we still on for today's date?" He was like, "Why wouldn't we be?" I haven't heard from you in like 5 days. So I didn't know if the schedule had changed. Well, yeah, we're still on for the date. Okay. So I get myself ready. An hour before the date, he contacts me and says, "Well, I think our communication styles are just very different. I don't think we should go on this date."
You could
Because
have said that 5 days ago.
because that's what you were feeling. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You were
Mhm.
feeling that. You were feeling that. You just didn't want to tell me that. Like, don't play with me.
Mhm.
Don't play with me. You were feeling that. You felt like you didn't want to go out because why were you not talking? If I'm going on a date with you, oh, I just rather us communicate in face to face. I understand that, but because we don't know each other like that, we need to like overly communicate in the times where we're not seeing each other face to face. So in
Right.
the first 30 days, I really think that is where you need to be overly communicating. If you're setting up a date, text the person,
Mhm.
call the person leading up to the day of the date. Just say, "Hey, good morning. Looking forward to seeing you. Are we
Something.
st- are we still good to meet today at 2 p.m.?
Mhm.
Laura, would you like
Yes,
me to
can't wait.
yes, would you like me to send you a car to get you? Would you like me to pick you up if you feel comfortable with that?" Communicate. Like you have to overly communicate with the person in the first, I really, even beyond the first 30 days, I think in the first 90 to 180 days, you really have to overly communicate with
Mhm.
the person that you're trying to get to know because little fragments, that your relationship is not strong enough that any little thing can break that connection
Absolutely.
or cause misunderstanding that then turns you off. Like we know us, we get turned
Mm.
off very quickly and we don't tolerate a lot of nonsense. So for me, that display that guy did of like, yeah, why wouldn't we be on? Like it was just too much. You're doing too much. It's just, yeah, yeah, we will. I'll see you at this time. Is that time? So that's what I was expecting a normal human being to do. But
Yeah.
he was hyped and you didn't really like me. You were trying to find out. So you took any little thing, me asking you a question, sorry, just to confirmation, you took it as, oh, I don't think we should see each other. It seems like our communication styles are different. Okay, you're right. They are. Actually, you are right. They're very different, and I don't need to be freaking talking to you. So that would be mine. But why are you laughing,
I'm
Ray?
laughing because I just went through this.
Yes. Like,
Okay. That communication piece is so important, but like you said, like little things can fragment something that could, here we go with the words, potentially be good. But if it's fragmented that easy, then
it
it
ain't
ain't for me.
it.
Turned off. Like, you know what? It shouldn't have been this deep. Now it's that deep. Have a
Thank
nice
you.
life.
Have a nice life. Yep.
Have a
So,
nice life.
Ray, how how can you tell how can someone, excuse me, tell the difference between someone moving slowly and someone avoiding responsibility?
That's a good question. I think I said in the last episode, I'm a slow burn.
Mm-hmm.
So I responsibly let a person know that very soon, like within a few weeks, if we make it that far, a talking, like, oh, if you have certain expectations or you're trying to fast track, then that's not necessarily going to work for me. So I think it's very responsible to say those type of things up front. But avoiding responsibility altogether is kind of different, right? maybe I'll do better with a story time. Like you said, you're communicating, y'all been good morning text every day. Mind you, this is the momentum that the person set up.
Exactly.
Most of the time it's the guy. They're messaging every single morning, little midday check-in, sometimes an evening check-in or a full conversation in the evening. So all of a sudden that communication drops out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
And then instead of taking responsibility, like, hey, I'm having an off week, I got something going on, or just if they're not interested anymore, instead of just saying that, they avoid the problem. And I think in dating, that's very problematic. Like when something comes up, it's not conflict. Like, well, I guess it is conflict, but all conflict doesn't mean it's going to be argument, doesn't mean it's going to be something bigger than the issue. Just focus on the issue. But a lot of times in dating, people get their feelings, they have their own ideals about how things should go. And that's what messes a lot of potential couples up. That's what I think. That avoiding responsibility is going to have me out the door every time. Like,
Yeah.
it's not that deep, boo. I'm just letting you know.
It really stems from ego, the inflation of the person's ego. I really think so, because there's nothing like just saying, even if you don't have to say, I'm sorry, because I think some things don't warrant and I'm sorry, just say, hey, I think we're misunderstanding one another. Let's reverse here. Say what you got to say. I'm going to say what I have to say. How can we meet in the middle? Like, but people's egos don't allow them to do that.
And another thing in this dating streets, like that I'm seeing with a lot of people, unfortunately, people don't know how to have normal conversations. They don't know how to properly address conflict. Conflict, when people hear that word, is yes, a scary word, but conflict is normal.
Yes.
They get to the point where they want to try to down talk a person or diminish them or try to characterize them in a characteristic that's not even representative of who that person is. It just goes too far. Like, this is supposed to be the fun part. This is supposed to be the get to know you part. Why do you think it's okay to tell a person that they're not this, they're not that? Just go on about your life, or just say you're not a good fit for me. I don't know why people choose to be so rude and nasty and mean to someone they're trying to be with or not trying to be with anymore. Just grow up.
Just grow up.
Bit.
Yeah. And just leave the person be. Like, there's no need to be nasty.
You can be nasty. Story time. Because I'm on TikTok, right? And this girl posts this message from this guy she went on one date with. He wrote her back, like, I don't think we're compatible. I'm not physically attracted to you. I commented, was like, see, it's one thing to say, I don't think we're compatible, but it's taken too far where he's met you one time. He has all that to say. And women do it too. I'm not one of the women who got so much to say, like, you're this, you're that. I don't care. But like, we have to stop doing that as a dating community. Like, it's just, it's several layers to it. And it's just unfortunate to see. Like, we're the most unmarried, unhappy. Is unhappy the right word? Yes, unhappy generation of folks, millennials.
Yeah. Well, look at it. Speaking of that, I don't know if you're watching the newest season of Love is Blind, which
girl, you don't watch love shows.
Girl, so I don't either, but Love is Blind is one of those things where I skip the pods because I don't want to see that, because it irritates me. And then I get into the meat of the content. So I've been watching it, and last night they released, I think, 3 episodes every Wednesday. And I was like, this season's going to go very quickly, because I could already see most of these people are not in this for the right reasons, per usual. And last night there's this gentleman, I think his name is Chris. I don't remember. I think the girl's name is Jess, I think. And this woman is a doctor, okay, saving lives. Like, I mean, she HIV specialist, blood transfusion specialist, like she internal medicine, like she is a doctor of doctors. And this man who looks like a little leprechaun says to her, and I know she was told people with looks, says to her and is like, oh, I want our intimacy to grow, but it can't grow because I'm used to dating people who like do Pilates every day. if you see this woman, you'll be like, this woman looks very normal body to me. Like
I
there's
think
no,
I've seen her.
yeah, there's very normal.
That's too much, though.
Yeah,
It's very
so
sassy.
it's very sassy and it's very like, why are you commenting? So you're telling me you're proving love is not blind. You've proven it.
Mm,
You can't, this woman has everything that checks all your boxes. Great job, good home, self-sufficient, all these things. But just because you don't go to Pilates every day and work out like a gym rat like you can't. And I'm
Who
sorry.
works out? Let me stop.
Allegedly,
I've seen those clips, but
allegedly he does because he don't look like it.
it's
So
getting hot calling the kettle black.
yes, and it was just like, and he's like, yeah, I'm just not attracted to her. It's just not. And I'm like, okay, so you shouldn't have been in this process because you
Mhm.
clearly signed up to either get famous from this show or get something from it, something else from it, because love is not blind for you. Love is not blind
Mhm.
for you. You want to see the physical of the person. So it goes too far. I agree with even though I just called him a leprechaun, but we don't like him. So it's
Lord
okay.
forgive us.
Lord forgive us. But it's so crazy to me. It's very comical. Very comical.
So, in your experience, when does waiting for clarity become avoiding a hard truth?
Whatever the situation is, while you're sitting and waiting for clarity, you're unhappy.
Mm,
You're unhappy. Like that's a truth. Like your happiness, especially in relationships don't have to be that hard. Whatever the relationships are, they're supposed to be fun and bring you life and give you energy. I think when you're waiting for clarity and in that moment of waiting, you're really unhappy with the current situation and you're still trying to like figure it out. Like, what am I going to do? Do I want to be with him? Do I want to be with her? Do I want to do this? Do I want to do that? And you sit and when you're thinking about memories of this person and what y'all have done together and they're mostly unhappy,
mm,
that's avoidance of the hard truth.
yeah.
Because some people say, oh, I don't mind being lonely. We all have moments of loneliness. Like that's truth. And no, people are pack animals, right? That's why community matters so much to us. That's why having loved ones around matters so much to us. No one is meant to be in isolation. That's why isolation can drive you crazy, right?
Who you telling?
So, so I think what we sometimes stay in things just because they're convenient. And we don't want to face the hard truth of if I leave this situation, it won't make me, I will be unhappy for a short period of time still. You get what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
even if you're in a situation that you're unhappy in, when you remove yourself from it, you feel even more unhappy. At least I do.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I feel
You're like, damn, this hurts worse.
This hurts worse. I'm devastated now. You
Mhm.
know what I mean? So then you think, oh, and I don't want to be lonely. At least I kind of have this person around me.
Mhm.
But that's when waiting for clarity becomes avoiding the hard truth. When that unhappiness is greater than anything, any type of clarity you can get, I would say. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
So much.
Yeah. So Ray, how do you recognize when you are dating the same type in a different body, in a different font? In a different font, honey.
You gotta, again, we talking about patterns. You gotta look at your own pattern, like how it ends and how it begins. In the beginning, I see red flags and I ignore them. Then the outcome is always a very explosive. You can't end cordially, somebody cheating or just being very abusive emotionally. That's how you recognize it's the same person. How many times has that happened? How many times you gonna get cheated on? How many times you gonna get talked down to? But didn't you see some of that at the beginning? Didn't you see that there was some compatibility there? So you got to do some self-evaluating and inventory of your past relationships and do the work and do the healing and not settle in your season when you're ready to get back out there. Like, okay, the past has shown me that, yes, I may love a big ball of fire, but big balls of fire tend to cheat, tend to talk down, tend to do the most. you still want that? And not saying a person can't be fun, just balls of fire, just a lot of emotion, a lot of unnecessary passions, like just doing too much. Just doing too much. So yeah, you gotta recognize your own patterns. You gotta want to break them.
Yes.
And yeah, so the first time I see a person trying to come for me and it's no reason, okay, well then that's just what it is. Wish you the best.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
That's not healthy. If you can't handle conflict, everything has to be explosive. Keep it pushing. Just look at your track record.
Mm-hmm.
Your partner, whoever you're trying to be with, everything should not be a blow up. That's a very big flag. And it's also something I heard that kind of sticks with me in this season of waiting. Just be cautious of the patterns. So what would you say? What behaviors tend to get excused because someone is charming or emotionally expressive?
Manipulation. Yeah, I think that's a big one. Charm and emotionally expressive, whether that's verbally or physically. And when I say like emotionally expressive physically, like they're touching on you, rubbing on you. I think that manipulation can get very excused when the person comes off like they're charming. And I think charming people, it's so funny because a lot of people probably won't agree with me with this, but I think charming people are naturally very good liars because there's something like I don't for me the word charming is a negative is a phony. Let me not use say negative is a phony characteristic.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I think of charming, I think of someone who's not fully genuine. You're trying to charm me to get something
you want.
Yes. Yes.
I had a ex that should have red flag. This was years ago, many years ago. He like introduced himself kind of early on as, oh yeah, they call me Mr. Charming.
See?
And Mr. Charming had a drinking problem, y'all.
See?
It's just, I didn't see that coming.
You see what I'm saying? So like charming for me is one of those words that most people will be like, oh, that's positive. I find it negative. Like when someone's like, oh, I'm very good at charming, I think manipulative.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a softer manipulation. And I think I'd rather someone say people see me as genuine than charming. Yeah. Or I'm warm versus I'm charming. Because like we said, charming for me is just one of those words that's like, trying to get something from me. You're like a used car salesman. Like, okay.
But girl, they also charm snakes. Never forget that.
Yeah, period. That, okay. Hello.
So, yeah, that's charming. I agree.
Yeah. So for me, I think that when someone's charming or so, expressive with themselves, I think that it's a tactic of manipulation. Mm-hmm. I think that those things, when someone's charming and emotionally expressive, the manipulation can get masked because you're like, oh, this person's so sweet, quote unquote. This person they express themselves so much. Yeah, but like I said before, they express themselves so much and it's of value? Or is it just, I can express myself too and it just be a fountain of nonsense? Like, you know what I mean? And that you could just call me and say, Ashley's so emotionally expressive, like, but I'm spewing bullshit. Like, so I think too, or like even emotionally expressive, when you look it up, it talks about being like physically expressive. Like, oh, the person's always holding you or grabbing you when you're all out, or like that could also, for me, from my experiences, come off as control. The person always has to be tied to me, and vice versa. We're at a party, I can't go mingle with everyone else. Oh, baby, I just want you by my side. I just want to hold your hand. Why, every time we go out, why must it be holding my hand? When we're in the house, you don't do that. When we're together, alone together, you're not holding my hand or caressing me like this. But when we're out, it's like you need to you're insecure, so you got to let other people know that I'm yours. So I think just be very mindful of those characteristics, and not saying everyone who's charming is manipulative or everyone who's emotionally expressive is manipulative, because I don't believe that. But I do think manipulation gets extremely excused when someone is charming.
Mhm.
So, at what point does grace become self betrayal?
I think grace is one of my favorite words. I,
Yes.
I do think people have off days or a bad day, and you can extend them grace. But again, if it's becoming a pattern, you ask them like, "Hey, I don't like when you do this. It makes me feel this way." They continue to do it. You're betraying yourself. Like, it's okay to have standards. It's okay to have rules. It's okay to even teach somebody how you want to be treated, and they still can't do it. You're starting to betray yourself, and you wonder why you're so unhappy. You wonder why you're in a relationship and you feel alone. You wonder why you can't trust get that person. Like, all these negative feelings kind of swarm, and that's how you know you're betraying yourself. Like, and sometimes you can't even question it. Like, why am I? Why am I still here? I definitely feel unhappy. Those are the type of questions when you're betraying yourself, and you're just gracefully allowing this person to continue, and they're not making any changes. So that's why I think grace is fine. Everybody can have an off day. It's so easy to take out our anger or whatever we got going on our loved ones sometimes. So you can give grace there. But if that's a regular thing, they might not like you, love you the way they say they do, because when you love a person, you should want to treat them with kindness and be gentle with them, be graceful with them. So yeah, don't betray yourself in a way. You got to really listen to that intuition, that inner voice, because it's not lying. It's not lying to you. When we have guys, I'm sorry if y'all sneaking in here listening, but women, we're given intuition for a reason. So when your intuition starts to change and it's really, really negative feelings, negative voices, negative talk, you're going to betray yourself. And you go through life, the longest person you'll have in your life is yourself. So it comes down to when you question, like, how long am I going to be this unkind to myself?
That's a bar.
I'm not unkind to myself anymore. I will not betray an inner thought. I will not betray that gut feeling. I will not be unhappy. And that's okay. So, Ash, for you, what does it mean when someone's words evolve, but their behavior stays the same?
We touched on this. Different font, same person. It means they don't want to change. It means they don't want to grow. It means they may not love you. Sorry.
Not enough anyway.
Yeah, not enough anyway. And it means they don't love themselves, because a lot of people self-sabotage. And a lot of people want love but can't accept it. So therefore their behavior stays the same. It just stays the same. And their words are trying to evolve, like they're trying to say it, but their actions are just not. So they're in a place of much confusion. And that's where that clarity that we've been speaking about this whole episode has to come into place. And for them, it just cannot. And that self-sabotaging of love is deep. And I am not a psychiatrist or psychologist, but that self-sabotaging of someone trying to love you and you just like can't accept it is really deep. And I really feel bad for people like that, because that is where that isolation piece gets really, really bad. And at that point, if that's what the person is doing, people are like, oh, actions speak louder than words. For me, it's 50-50. Like that's how I am. Like if you could be, the actions can be doing whatever, but if your words aren't saying it either, it don't really mean nothing to me. Because what is it saying? Like your bond is your word or whatever. Your word is your bond or whatever.
Bond, yeah.
Yeah, your word is your bond. So it's like, okay, I need the words too and the actions. Call me greedy. Call me greedy.
Both of them.
I need both. I don't need one to speak louder than the other all the time. I think sometimes they do. Sometimes you need more, as we've talked about, like love languages, words of affirmation. I think sometimes you need actions. I need acts of service sometimes more than the words, but I need both of them. And if they're not happening simultaneously, or if they're not happening kind of in a balanced way, not really interested. Like one of my friends the other day texted me and was like, I miss you. And I was like, I miss you too, but you never make plans with me. So you must not miss me that much. Like you must not care for me that much if we don't make plans. And vice versa. I must not miss you that much either, like making no plans with you. So they both to me have to work hand in hand. And if the person's, like we said, the words are evolved, but their behavior isn't, they're just not that interested.
They're not.
Yeah. What is one early pattern that should immediately slow a woman down in dating?
It's funny that we're going back. I'm about to say excessive flattery and charm. Excessive flattery and charm. Like, oh, you're just this, you're just that. Oh, let me wine and dine you at like a pace that just doesn't even feel normal. It's real simple. Like
love bombing.
That's the word, ain't it?
Yeah.
Love bombing, moving too fast, just, yeah, that's the pattern. Like, that to me is just runs me the opposite way. Like you're doing too much. You don't know me well enough to be feeling like, oh, we need to go take a trip. We need to do this. We need to do that. You don't even know me. Why are you so in a rush? So yeah, just the love bombing, like I said, excessive charm, excessive flattery. Like if it seemed like an angel, it's probably the devil. It's probably the devil. And you have some ladies that like, I don't accept a date without flowers on the first date. I'm a little different. If you bring me flowers on the first date, it's giving what? I mean, sometimes I guess if we've been talking cool, but that is just, what did I say earlier? The track record. Any man that got me flowers on the first date, it ain't last. It ain't last. It probably lasted up until the flowers died. Like, let's be for real. So yeah, I think that you should pay attention to someone who is excessively charming, excessively flattery. Like that's a big one. I remember my ex-fiance just was, oh my gosh, you're this, you're that, but and super charming. It
wasn't genuine. It didn't come off genuine.
It didn't fit. It wasn't. Yeah. And I think in that situation, and I always put this disclaimer out, like, sure, he wasn't a bad person, maybe.
Yeah.
But he just wasn't for me. So yeah, that excessive charm was so weird to me. Like, why do you need to take 100 pictures of me? That's weird. Who are you showing? Like, that's weird.
That part.
I'll be mid-sentence, mid-bite, camera in my face. What's going on?
Yeah.
So, yeah, just watch out for that. So, excessive flattery, excessive charm, love bombing. And yeah, I'm not saying you shouldn't get flowers on the first date, but they would mean a lot more on the third date.
Right, because by then also I think they know what flower you like. Maybe you're a plant person. Maybe you're not even a flower person. I think flowers on a first date, I don't know if I like, well, I'm a taken woman now, but if I was dating, I think actually like a singular flower is actually really cute. Like it's kind of like old school corny, but for me, I'm like, okay, this isn't because it's like cute. It's like, oh, like a little guy went to pick a flower out of the field like we used to do when we were little, and or girl, bring it to your friend. I think it's actually cute if you did that. But I think by then, yeah, the third date, you're kind of like, oh, I love peonies. And bringing me a bunch of peonies
Right.
would be, or even if like, let's say I said, I told you I had a house, maybe not an apartment. Oh, buy me a peony bush. Be like, I know you love peonies. I think it would be so cute if you planted this. That way you can always have peonies anytime you want. Like, I think that's sweet. So I agree. Yeah.
What is the difference between someone enjoying access to you and someone investing in you?
Mm. So, someone enjoying access to you is someone who's just calling you up to hang out. Oh, what you doing? Those what you up to? What you up to text. We all have
Where
gotten
you
them.
at?
Where you at?
Who you with?
Who you with? What's going on? That's just someone enjoying access to you because they want you to text back and have a little conversation with you.
How you
Right.
been?
How you been? Where someone investing in you is someone who has and is currently listening to you and your wants and your needs and your dreams. And I have had someone who it was actually a guy friend. We never dated. I'd never say we dated. Well, never say we didn't date actually, but he would invest in me a lot, like a lot. And what I mean is, I remember one birthday, he was one of the first men I would say show me like if he really wanted to, he would because he lived in England. So it was my birthday, and he was like, "I sent you a package," and I'm like, he's like, "Coming from DHL," and I was like, "What? You spent? Why did you do that? Like you're living away in London." He was like, "No, it was your birthday." Da, da, da. And I was like, "Okay, what did he get me?" Because he knows what I like, but I was like, "Oh, he probably got me a purse or something like that." He sent me. This was like early in my real estate career. He sent me all these books about real estate and about like wealth building and these like he had taken out the time clearly and wrote like these 5 YouTube channels that he thought I should check out. And they were like for specifically for women start getting into real estate and like just safety concerns things you should look out for when you're doing an open house. Like just and I was like, oh my God. And he also sent me material items. But the fact that gave me those books and had like listened to me and was so excited for me um, to embark on this new career. And I was like, you really are investing in me. Like, you invest in the things I'm interested in. You've taken the time to buy the books, to watch the YouTubes yourself and recommend them to me. You know what I mean? Um, and it wasn't, like I said, this was just someone who was my friend. We did not date. Um, and seemingly our friendship ended because he did end up getting in a relationship with someone who was not comfortable with the amount of women he had in his life. And I could kind of understand why, because he was such a good friend who invested. So he's a gift giver. He would be the guy, oh Lord, I can't believe Sundays. I want to go on a trip. All right. How many of you and your friends want to go? All right. That ain't no biggie. I got the hotel, I got the flight for you. You good. Enjoy, have fun. Still to this day, remember Elsie and I going to Miami. And he's like, he calls, we're in Miami. He's in Miami at the same time. He's like, what are y'all doing? We're like, oh, we about to go eat. He's like, come to my hotel and eat. Put it on my room. Why not? Have a good time. He was invested in me being happy on my vacation. And we only saw him one time, that whole time we were there. One time. And he would text me every day, did you eat? Did y'all eat? Yeah, we ate. Did you come eat at my hotel? Yeah, all right, cool, good. Like, so back then we didn't have money like that. So like, literally we left that trip. He booked us a spa day. Girl, one of the best spas we've had ever. So it was like, you were invested in me. So I really think because I've had people like that in my life, I very early on did not appreciate just the, hey, what you up to text. Because if this is someone doing this who's not my man, you who are trying to be my man, you should be doing more. Like, you should be doing more for me. I'm sorry. You should be doing more. It's one thing to just say, I appreciate the how's your day going, right? And
Mm-hmm.
if your day isn't going well, I then expect you to ask me how you can make it better.
Is it
Call
that hard?
call me maybe like high maintenance, but I expect that. Like, what can I do to make it better?
Mm-hmm.
Does that mean I come give you a hug? Does that mean maybe I send you words of encouragement? It doesn't have to be, I think too, I'm going to say specifically men. I think with men, they think investing in a woman has to be thousands of dollars. No, it doesn't. It could be words of encouragement. It could be you said, "Oh my God, I'm trying I'm traveling, as you know, in 2 weeks and my suitcase is busted. I'm trying to research which suitcase might be best." And he sends you a link of 3 different suitcases he done research to help you that are good. That's investing in me. Like, hello, and it doesn't have to be this whole complicated situation. But the difference in joint access to me is just, hey, what's up? Not enriching my life. That's it. I need enrichment, and I have that. Hey, Lily, that's what we have. We have enrichment. What does forward movement look like within the first 60 days?
Oh Lord, I'm so rusty. Like I haven't made it past 60 days in a long time. Well, I think of course, communication, but mutual collaboration. Like it has to be two people wanting to put the effort forth. Like we know that getting to know someone, it takes time. In some cases, it might take some sacrificing of things. And if it's heavily weighted on one side or the other, it just isn't going to move forward because you're developing resentment for the person very early
Mm.
on. Like if you live here, I live there. Why do I gotta keep flying to you? Why do I gotta keep driving to you? It's just little stuff like that. So within the first 60 days, I really think that forward movement looks like open communication, collaboration, and like you said, someone they have to invest, whether it's their emotions, like everybody just wants to know their thought about. It's really that simple. If
Mhm.
you say your day is going like you said, there's a problem, is the person invested in making you one feel better or helping you resolve?
Mhm.
That to me is a level of how compatible is it going to be from the long run. You could still have
Mhm.
all that type of fun and all that type of stuff, but I'm in my 30s. So you just, at that point, any millennials, all those people in their 30s and up, why you don't want to invest emotionally?
Mhm.
Why
Mhm.
you don't want to figure some things out or help a
Mhm.
person and you're interested, it kind of don't make sense.
Mhm.
So yeah, forward motion is collaboration, communication, and just being there, being present.
Being
That's
present.
being present, all the way present, not when
All
it's
the
convenient,
Yep.
because it doesn't always work like that.
Mhm. I agree.
So Ash, what would you say? What does walking away without drama require from you emotionally?
I would say what requires that is knowing you deserve better.
Period.
Like, I'm not even going to put my energy into this situation, this person, to have this end with drama and theatrics because I deserve better. I've already been through the drama. Like Mary
Mhm.
J says, no more pain. That like
No more
no more pain,
pain.
no more drama in my life. Yes, that is. Take a book
We
from
didn't get
Auntie.
that song back
Yes,
then because we were so young, but now
yes,
we get it. We get
yes. Like take a book from Auntie Mary J.
it.
No
Okay.
more drama, please. Like that is to me. realizing I'm worth so much more than this nonsense that I'm being put through here. And I've been through enough drama, enough pain, enough hurt. And I don't need to end. Me ending with a bang is me walking away because
Mhm.
this person will never get access to me again.
And I'll add a little point. I think that
Mm,
walking away without drama, it does require you to not take things personal, especially when it's
mhm,
early on within the first 90 days. Like, it's just not a match. It doesn't mean something's wrong with you, doesn't mean
mm-mm.
something's wrong with them. It's just not a match. And you can walk away and it's okay. It's okay. You don't have to force anything to fit. So just check yourself and check your emotions. And like Ashley said, like, know you deserve better too. And it didn't
You-
work for a reason.
Yep, deserve way better.
Yeah, so we are at the end of our episode. So we got to drop our products of the month for February. And I'll start.
Oh,
So my product is the Murad Rapid Dark Spot Corrector. So it's pretty much used for melasma or if you have hyperpigmentation on your face. It just works really, really well. And I find that you can use it as a night serum. You just put up a couple pumps and then your moisturizer, mix it all together, put it on your face and let it do its work. It doesn't work super quick, but it works very effectively. I use this product
okay.
a lot more frequently living in a hot state because half the time I can't tell if I'm getting freckles or it's melasma. But if I once I
Mm,
bring that back into my routine, a lot of the spots fade. So I do recommend that for anybody dealing with hyperpigmentation or melasma, or if you don't know if you got freckles or not, is it will let you know over time. And I feel like it usually clears up severe hyperpigmentation within 2 to 3 weeks. So you just got to be patient. But once it starts working, you notice quickly. So that's my product of the month, Murad Rapid Dark Spot Corrector. It works.
okay. Love that.
It's a little expensive, but it works.
Okay. We love that. So mine would be the Sacred, the Density and Length Duo kit.
Mm.
So this kit, according to their website, density meets length retention using restoring hair and edge drops daily for 1 times visibly denser hair and fermented rice and rose protein ritual monthly for hair that's 3 times more resistant to breakage, improving length retention. So I have been using the drops and the nourishing oil, and the drops definitely work. I've seen areas in my hair okay, let me also preface this along with other routine changes. So I used to be an edge control girly. I love my edges fully slicked back. I have slowed down and almost, I would say in the last 2.5, 3 weeks, I've not used edge control at all on my hair. I'm just using oil on my edges with the drops and just using a soft brush to kind of sweep those edges back. Some people use water, whatever it may be. But with those two things, I have noticed like a lot of my edges coming back to life in the front of my hair. The rose and fermented rice treatment, I got that last week and it felt amazing. I will say my hair texture
Mm.
started to feel really different. I could feel it breaking down my hair, making it more manageable, maybe also like pulling the length a little bit,
Yeah.
elongating it. It definitely felt like that. I definitely notice less breakage so far. So I have 3 more treatments to go. So I'll come back and let you all know. But so far, I'm really enjoying the products. I know a lot of people have said, oh, they're on the more expensive side, which they are, but they do have bundle deals, which is what I've been taking advantage of. And so far, so good. I really am enjoying the product. I know my girl Cardi B just stated that she's coming out with hers. So I will be trying hers too because one, I love me some Cardi, and her hair is fabulous. But Beyonce and Mama Tina have never stirred us wrong.
Yeah.
So yeah. So the Sacred, I will say it's worth the money if you're on the edge about trying it. Definitely try it. And it's a good size. Like those drops, I know they're like $50 something for just the drops, but the bottle, the vial it comes in is actually pretty large. And they have a trio that you could buy 3 of the drops for $150. And some of the kits, like this for the fermented and rose kit, comes with a drop, a full size drop in it. So it's $94. So you might as well.
Yeah, get a couple products.
Yes, get a couple products. So yeah, that's my product of the month.
I'm loving our products.
Yeah, me too.
I haven't tried Sacred yet. I'll probably reveal what I'll be using on my hair next month. But yeah, I've heard good things, and I'm super excited about Cardi's. Like her hair is nice and thick and long. So I'm just like,
yes,
I need to figure out what she's doing. So I'm excited about that drop too. But yes, we hope that y'all enjoyed this episode in our February Dating with Intention, your answered prayer season. And yeah, we look forward to seeing y'all next month.
Yes, we do. Have a great rest of the week, and we will talk to y'all soon.
Bye.
Bye.
If you enjoy listening to the podcast, follow us on social media at Her Side of the Story RA. And don't forget to rate the podcast and subscribe. Thank you. See you next time.